Hey everybody, Glenn here. Got a fun video for you today. Today I'm going to go over one of my favorite custom boxes, and that is big old box of stuff. So this is the big old box of stuff for January. I did not get big old box of stuff in December, saving money for the holidays, all that fun stuff. So I'm excited to get this again. Couple things about big old box of stuff. Number one, they're not kidding. It is a big old box of stuff, and this month it is quite heavy. So I'm excited to dig into this. I'm gonna do this video a little different than a normal subscription box. Now, normal subscription box generally know the theme, generally know what kinds of things are going to be in the box. So I like to unbox those off camera and then give you a more in-depth review of the items, since I'm not exactly terribly surprised at the items. Now, a custom box like this, or Pop in a Box, or those other monthly subscription boxes where I don't really know what's in it. I may know the types of items, but I don't know what, there's no theme or anything. So what I'm going to do with those, and what we're going to do today, is I'm going to unbox this on camera. So I have no idea what's in here. So we'll unbox it together. We'll do a traditional unboxing. And then later in the video, I will go into the items in a little more detail. So kind of get the best of both worlds. We get an unboxing, and then I'll also give you my review, my in-depth thoughts, once I've had a chance to go through the box and really dig into those items rather than just a first look. So without further ado, let's check out what is in big old box of stuff for this month. All right, here we go. Again, I'm really excited about this because it is a really heavy box. So if any of you have been following Big Old Box of Stuff's Facebook page, which you definitely should, and I'll link their Facebook page down below. They've been posting some great pictures ever since Christmas or so. Some great pictures, some great photos of some of the stuff that they're putting in their boxes in these first boxes of the year. So that's got me supercharged for this box as well, because they've just had some great stuff looking to put into these boxes. So let's see what we've got. Okie dokie. One of the great things about Big Old Box of Stuff, Team Bobos, is they have the little note in there, and I like the way they color the box, and they do all this stuff themselves by hand, so that's really neat. All right, starting to get rid of some paper and starting to uncover some items. All right, we've got a Legends of Star Trek little ship figure. It got a little stand there, and it's got a Starfleet badge in there as well. This is actually pretty cool. I've never heard of Johnny Lightning before. So when we get that out of the box, that'll be interesting to see what it's looking like outside the package. Oh, I love these guys so much. Well, before we get to the big stuff, we've got a couple of little figures, and this is from Marvel Heroes Secret Wars. Now you look at the Secret Wars badge there. This is actually from the older Secret Wars in like the 80s. So this is, you look in the back, it's got a little comic panels and shows you the different figures. This is the 80s Secret Wars. This is the original Secret Wars comic series that they're referencing. So that's Wolverine. It's a little bobblehead, and again, they have to have bobbleheads, right? And another one, which is Deadpool. So this one is listed as a Walgreens exclusive. I've never seen this in a Walgreens, but it's got the same thing on the back. These are definitely 80s, 90s type figures. So very cool. Now, here's the biggie. A while back in a Bobos, I got a Batman Batmobile figure. It is die-cast, and it's part of a series. It's called Batman Automobilia, I believe it's called. and it's basically a collection of the vehicles from Batman, all different types of Batman, series, TV, movies, comics, and it's similar to, and you can't see them here, but we're going to talk about them in Trek Tuesdays. It's similar to the Star Trek ships that for a while I was getting every 2 weeks. So I've got a ton of those. Well, these are die-cast Batman vehicles. In a similar thing, it's like a subscription. You get a magazine with it. Let me go ahead and pull out the magazine. Yeah, here we go. Batman Automobilia, the definitive collection of Batman vehicles. So I've got one already. In fact, let me go get it. It's right here. Here we go. So this is the first one I got in a big old box of stuff. This is Batman number 311, and I've got the magazine for it. I forget what era that's from, but it comes in a nice little case there. And this one adds to my collection. This is the Batmobile from the classic TV series. And you look, it's in the Batcave, the old 1966 Batman Batcave. This is a die-cast car, really heavy. This is what made the box so heavy. This is fan-frickin-tastic. I love this series, and I love these cars, which I've only gotten from big old box of stuff. So, excellent, excellent. In fact, I think I may have pushed them in this direction because one of the Bobos posts on Facebook mentioned the Batman vehicles here, and I said, well, I've gotten one already. Hopefully, hint, hint, I'll get another one in another big old box of stuff, and here it is. So, I don't know if they took that to heart. If they did, what an even better way to connect with your fans and your customers than by really listening to what they're saying in their Facebook comments, right? So this is an excellent edition. I'm excited to look at that. All right, a couple more things. So something that's wrapped up. Looks like a shot glass. Oh, they know, the last Bobos I got, which was in November, really played upon the fact that I really love the DC Bombshells. And you guys know this already. I keep getting DC Bombshell stuff, and I love it. And this is no exception. So this is Catwoman. There's the DC Bombshells shot glass. Tune tumblers. Straight from DC. So, and I even know how much it costs. So when I'm evaluating this box, I see that they left the price tag on, so I can see that it's $6. But cool little shot glass, and again, revolves around one of the themes that I'm really enjoying right now, and that's the DC Bombshells. So nice job there. All right, we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark Topps movie cards. Now, Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite movie of all time, no question about that. So obviously on the questionnaire, that's what I put. These are interesting because they look vintage. They look like something that, they're like baseball cards. Yeah, these are really, really neat. And if I have my glasses on and when I look at it later on, the dates on these are 1981. So just randomly picking out, where's Marion? So they're basically scenes from the movie. Inside the map room. So, and on the front they have scenes, pictures from the movie, and on the back they basically explain it. This is where there's smoke, there's Indy. So this is when he's basically destroying the flying wing that's about to take the Ark, and it explains it on the back. So very cool cards. This is a huge set of cards too. There's 88 cards in this set, and very vintage, very cool looking in a case. So again, one of the great things about Bobos is that they always include things that are unexpected, things that are just have a high coolness factor, but that you're not necessarily going to go out and look for yourself. So this is a cool addition there. All right, and lastly, continuing with my DC Bombshells obsession right now, a couple more comics, and I got comics last time with the DC Bombshells theme. And these are variant covers. So we've got, this is actually a DC Comics Bombshells #1 comic. So it's not a variant cover of another comic, which is what I got last time. This is an actual DC Comics Bombshells. They've got their own comic book. So you see you got Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Batwoman there. And then so they threw in #1 and #2. And there's Mara and Wonder Woman there as well. So very cool comics. You know, as I said, I'm obsessed with these DC Bombshells. But it's really fun to get those. So that's the box, finally. We got through it all, lots of items. And again, big old box of stuff is true to their word. It's a big old box of stuff. So let's kind of go back and take a look at everything in a little more detail. Alright, now as I go through this box and look at things a little more closely, I can't help but be curious as to some of the values on some of these things. Now, you know I don't normally go in for really valuing a box based on its resale value or what you could normally buy things for, but it is something that I'll touch on from time to time just because I find it interesting. Or, you know, when something is way over the value that you paid for it on a box or way under, those stand out to me. So I know for a fact already that a subscription to Batman Automobilia is $20 every 2 weeks. You get two vehicles every month. So basically every 2 weeks you get a new Batman vehicle, and you can see it right here every fortnight. So each one comes with the magazine, and it's about $20 a piece plus a couple dollars shipping. So right there you've got a $20 item in a $35 box, which is what the big old box of stuff is. Now, if you do big old box of stuff for a multiple month subscription, which I usually do, it's only $90. So you're talking about $30. So even closer to the value. And then we know that this is $6, right? So just these two items alone is about $26 of a $35 box. So that leaves $9 for everything else. Now, as I'm looking at things, you know, you've got $4 comics. That's $8 right there. You know, these little Walgreens deals. And I took Wolverine out of his little box. They're called Micro Bubbles. And these are actually only from 2015. So it's a retro figure as far as it's, you know, based on the original Secret Wars. And I put his claws on him there. But, you know, they're kind of nothing little figures. They're not, they don't even really stand up. And they're not meant to. They don't have stands or anything. So I think Deadpool, which right here is a Walgreens exclusive, supposedly. I'll just keep him in the package. But, you know, these are just little trinkets. They're not really worth very much. I didn't even look them up. One thing I did look at, though, was this Legends of Star Trek ship. Now, this is the, if you look at it, USS Enterprise NCC 1701 refit. And this would have been perfect for our Trek Tuesday. I cannot find this online intact in a decent shape for less than about $28. Now that really threw me. In fact, if you go to Amazon, the cheapest one of these, this exact figure on Amazon, is about $40. The most expensive I've seen on Amazon on this is $150 for this one figure, this Enterprise refit. So, you know, obviously I'm not spending $150 and I'm not selling it for $150, but that value is out there. I got on eBay, the cheapest one of these they have on eBay is $27.99 going for right now. So, you know, I expected this to be, you know, a good $10 item, but the fact that I can't find it for any cheaper than $27, that's pretty awesome. You know, the card is in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of fraying on the side, you know, and this is a retro figure. Looks like it's from about 2005, so good 10, 11 years old. this figure. But it's going for a pretty good amount right now as I get rid of extra paper on there. So not a bad figure, which is why I haven't taken it out of the box yet. But this isn't bad at all. And that's actually a patch. So that's a fabric patch, kind of a shiny fabric patch right there, which is kind of cool. And as a collectible piece that's in a card backing, this is in pretty good shape too. So this bumping the value up way high was surprising to me. Now, again, it doesn't affect whether I get the box or not. And I haven't really valued things like these. These, I think, have a more esoteric value to me rather than a monetary value, because this is just a really cool thing that I've never seen before, and it's the entire set. So it's even got a checklist on the back. So these cards, these movie cards, just like playing cards, tops, would sell in packs. And you would collect them and trade them and have duplicates and all that, but this is the entire pack. So, as just a collector and somebody who really enjoys the property, this is a really great item without having to value it. So, as always, big old box of stuff is more than worth the $35, even if you just get one. If you get multiple months, you're really talking about a great value for what you get. I'm always really pleased and surprised when I open up a big old box of stuff. So I'm really happy, just love everything about it. Obviously I've linked them down below, but check out their Facebook feed as well if you haven't already. Definitely like their Facebook page and get the updates that Big Old Box of Stuff post, because really, really cool pics and really interesting. That's about it. Thank you for watching this unboxing / review. First one of these kind of reviews I'm doing. Allows me to kind of show an unboxing, but at the same time be able to come back with a more in-depth review. I'm not going to do that too often. Most subscription boxes, I'm going to do my regular review, which I like to do. And then anything like pop in a box or something that could be a real surprise, we'll do an unboxing for. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. This being Sunday when this video is posted, we've got our first Top Tuesday coming up in a couple of days. We're going to go over our top 5 Marvel Pops in my collection, and we'll go from there. So it's an exciting week coming up here on YouTube for The Middle-Aged Kid, and I look forward to having you check it out. Until then, check out our feeds as always. Like us on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram as well. We've got a lot of giveaways specific to those, and we just had our big giveaway yesterday, but I'm planning something just as big coming up in the near future. And also we've got some smaller giveaways going on Twitter and Facebook as well. So until next time, we will see you later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.